Hey up folks, my name is Bryce Fox and welcome to a brand new Planet Coaster video. This isn't a new part in my series, but I will be continuing that very soon. I've just been crazy busy with work and all kinds of other stuff, just life in general getting in the way. But in fact, I'm coming back very soon, like I say. Probably have something next week. I've actually built a brand new computer now to cope with the demand that this game has on your system. So I'm actually getting a decent frame rate, but as you might notice, we're not in the Let's Play part right now. We're in a completely blank part, and that is because today they dropped the big spring update. So we've got lots and lots of awesome new stuff which I'm going to show you here. And the first one we're going to start with is probably one of these coasters here. In fact, is there any blueprints for this? It doesn't look like there is. I can't find one anyway. But let's have a go. Is that new? I think that's new. So yeah, we've got this new roller coaster, which is a launch coaster. Absolutely fantastic design. I'm not really going to spend an awful lot of time doing this, but I'm not entirely sure how to build this actually. Is that right? Does that need an end bit? Oh no, it doesn't. It seems to finish itself. Okay, and then we'll go this way. Let's add a little loop there. I'm definitely going to use one of these coasters in our park, because I think this is really cool. One of the other features they've added as well is the ability to synchronize coasters with each other. So I think if you built two of these but were mirror images of each other side by side, I think that would be a really good little feature to any sort of park. Let's actually just set this to test and see if it actually works. Sorry about moving the camera everywhere. It doesn't work. Okay. Oh no, maybe it does. It was pretty obvious it was never ever going to make that. So let's start out with flat rides, and we've got quite a few new flat rides. The first of which we've been showing this quite heavily, but I'm going to have a quick look at it anyway, is this new Ferris Wheel. It's a more sort of basic, more normal sort of Ferris Wheel. I really like it. It's very nice indeed. So there's our first flat ride. The Screaminator. Is that new? Pretty sure it is. It's one of those things that just sort of climbs to the top and then drops you. We're at the top. Very nearly. And there's the top. And it pauses there for a moment. And then it just drops you right back down to the bottom. That's actually fantastic. I love it. Let's take another look at what else we've got. There was another one that they showed us quite a lot in the previews. I'm not seeing it. Am I going crazy? Oh, there it is. And this one's quite interesting because it kind of shows Planet Coaster devs have taken kind of a lot of advice. I'm just going to set... No, I'm not going to set the daylight. I'm going to let it go to night because I want to see the lights on these things because they look absolutely great. Just look at that. Okay. So yeah, you can see the Planet Coaster devs have taken some time to not so heavily theme the rides anymore, so we can do it ourselves. We can sort of add more theming that we want to see on those rides and make them less sort of restricted, in a sense that before we were kind of pushed into a corner where we could use these rides because certain rides looked very western and other rides looked very futuristic and so on. But also on top of that, they've given us another really nice feature. So if you just go into settings and then go into game. You've also got these, which I've already switched on, which is like the first thing I did. So you can now disable scenery collision, disable coaster collision, and disable ride collisions. And what that allows you to do is we're just going to scenery, and then let's say grab a rock. We're now able to put this rock absolutely anywhere we want without the game complaining, say, like, not blocking us from doing it. So that gives us so much creative ability. So for example, it's now kind of up to you to make sure that things don't look silly because they're colliding. So I could just put rocks in the middle of here. It might not be the best idea, but we can. And that kind of gives you an idea of what we could do with this. We could theme this as a pirate ride if we really wanted, because we could make it all rocky and stick buildings with support going into the middle of the ride and all sorts of cool little things. We could even, at least I'm assuming we can, if we go into special effects, we'll go water. Let's do a jet. Place that like that. So if we did that, we'd actually be turning this into a water ride. That's a bit piddly. Interesting though. This is stuff worth playing around with and seeing what we can make this look like. You could even synchronize these to another coaster. And make it look like they're spraying in a pattern, that sort of thing. That might be quite cool. But yeah, there's a lot of possibility there, and I'm really excited about going off and playing around with that. So the next one was this thing, which is called the Zozo. It's a bit boring, I think. It's still pretty cool, but again, it's very lightly themed, so we could kind of do whatever we wanted with that. Okay, let's move on to some scenery. One of the things I noticed as well is we've got a new path. I think this is something that's quite heavily requested by the community, to have these wooden paths. And those come in two flavours. They come in that direction or that direction, basically. And you can pretty much the same as usual. You've got the railing options and anything else. None of that's actually changed. But these things look really, really great. So we could probably do something quite interesting with them. If we did this, there we go. I'd have to play around with those and figure out the best way of sort of using them. I did actually turn off the curb there, didn't I? Railing, ground, curb on ground. There we go. That actually does look somewhat better like that. We've also got quite a lot of new scenery items. I'm just probably, actually, did they add any new categories? See, they didn't. So it's going to be a case of going through the scenery and finding the new stuff that they've added and then plonking it down. I'm just going to have a quick browse through here and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay guys, and we're done with finding lots and lots of really cool scenery, so I'm just going to show you these ones first because I feel like these were always missing from the last update. So there was loads of really cool shops added to the last update. So you had Missy Good, which is like a donut shop, but it never had any really good, really interesting signs. So they've added these now, which is absolutely brilliant. That one's actually supposed to be coming out of a wall. You can see there it's sideways. They've added also the street signs there for Mr. Fritz as well, which is quite good. We've also finally got like a giant model of a hot dog. I've seen plenty of people create these out of art primitives, but it's nice to have a ready-made one. I know it's not something I've actually done, so you can put another one of those on the bottom there to make a full hot dog and lay that on top of a building, or just about whatever you want to really, or maybe you could even have a hot dog coming out of the side of a building or something like that. We've also got a taco there, some new Gulpy signs, a piece of pizza with some really disgusting looking pepperoni on the top of it, The cheese looks really good though. Is that just me? Maybe. A juice carton, obviously for the gulpy juice. Some fries, a soda can, and then we've got a coffee cup. Or was that already in the game? Not 100% on that one. And then some other signs as well. I think this is new as well. This sort of almost 1980s style park entrance type thing. I'm sure I've not actually managed to find everything here. Just a sort of taster of what's actually in the game. There's also lots and lots of these fence pieces. So you can see you've got those ones there. And then over here we've got these ones. Most of the fence pieces come in two flavours, so they come as a single piece and a double piece. I'm not entirely sure I understand why they've done that, why this double piece is necessary. It doesn't really massively speed up your building ability. But yeah, I don't know, maybe that would be useful. So there's also these really colourful ones. You can see what I've done back here. I'll come to that in just a moment. I really like those. This is a really cool piece just here. A sort of Steam music box type thing. With these, they look like Canadians from South Park with the little round heads that bob up and down. What's that about? Yeah, so lots and lots of these fence pieces. I've probably even missed some. I really like these ones. They're also recolorable, so that could be quite interesting. So the middle bit is a separate colour. That actually looks quite nice. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's have a play around with these ones as well. Do those in blue. Loving it. Absolutely brilliant. There's this great big old-fashioned digger type thingy. It's actually two parts. I'll just move that bit so you can use that bit if you want, although it does swing around, so that might kind of limit how you use it. Although I suppose you could just say activate when trigger and that would cause it to become paused. You could maybe use this for something else as well. It's got some quite interesting details on it. Yeah, I like it. We've also got this shark here with a great big hole in its head. I'm assuming the idea is that sort of thing. Or, I don't know, maybe coming out of water and you could put a ride through the middle of it, I suppose. That might be quite cool. There's also these flag posts. You've got this set of flag posts here, and then you've also got a post vertically with flags on it. And that brings us to all these signs, which are blatantly for one of the things everyone has been looking forward to, which is the Go-Karts. I'm going to come to those in just a moment. There's also some tyres and a giant cup. Okay, one of the really cool new features in the game is the security cameras. So these security cameras will prevent crime in your parks. People will come into your park just to pickpockets. They don't actually, or apparently don't actually, enter your park with the intent of sort of going on rides and then just happen to pickpocket. They go in as with the intent of pickpocketing. They also smash up benches and so on. But yeah, these they do have a running cost. It's only $1 a month, so I'm sure that's not too bad. You can actually even switch to them and control them as well, like this. And if you've got multiple of them, you can switch between them, give them names, write the name of the area that they're in on there. You can swing these around. You can even zoom in with them, and they make really satisfying zoomy noises. Hello, Jaws. Dun 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 dun. So let's move on and let's build a go-kart track, because I know that's what you're all dying to see, and it's what I'm dying to see as well. So apparently this thing builds very simply. You literally... Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Because we've turned off collisions, it lets us build into the ground without tunneling. Okay, fine. That could actually be quite useful. Should we do a chicane type? Is that called a chicane? I don't know. I don't know about these things. and we'll come back out, and then we'll go into a bend like that. Should we go really tight bend? There we go. And then we'll go skinny again and back out. Oh, actually, can we? Oh, we can even turn like that. That's pretty good. Let's turn off the snapping. And we'll come back out into a full width track. And then what's that thing? Oh, okay, that's what you call a chicane. We'll just really simple track, not really putting any thought into it, just auto complete it there. And actually, that's actually not too bad. So let's, and we can use the smoothing as well, so that's pretty good. So if we did that and smoothed it out, it's gonna give us like a much smoother bit there. So yeah, I like it. I really like that quite a lot. So let's place an entrance on here. I've done it on the wrong side, but I don't care. There we go, there we have it. We've got our go-kart tracks. Let's open that up, we'll do it. It's initially set to $5. And here they come. Once we've got a few people on there, I'll just switch it back to real time. And then we'll watch them race around. And off they go! That is so great. Look at them go. In fact, can we? Yeah, there we go. It's like playing Mario Kart. Okay folks, so I'm going to leave the video here. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to see you very soon. I'm going to get out the next episode in our Let's Play series very soon. And remember, if you did like the video, drop by for more content, hit the subscribe button to be notified of when new videos go up. Give it a thumbs up if you did like it, really does help out the channel a great deal. And I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.
Everybody's at the record house.